Okay, so my mic should be good. Unmute this. Let's get things started here. Let me get everyone attentioned into the links if I can. People are back. Hi. Okay. So, let me know what y'all can see here, etc., etc. I'm very happy y'all are finding this again. I'm so sorry. OBS, it was because OBS had totally locked up. It completely froze. So we should be good. Keyword should be. Bring this over here. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm just gonna wait and see if anyone else pops back in before I get going, because I know it's a new link and everything. I can't just shut the stream down and come back. It's really annoying. Okay, so I'm gonna get everything finished setting up. Let me know if y'all can hear audio. That's important. That's the next step. Can y'all hear anything from the game? Please let me know. Because there should be music playing right now. Oh. Okay. There we go. Okay. We have something going here. Okay. Are y'all still here with me? You're not getting any audio. Okay. I hear a bit of game audio. What about now? Hey Mike, how are you? How's it going? Give me one more second. Sorry, I'm just letting more people come and filter in. Now you hear it. Okay, it was a volume thing. It was a volume thing. Awesome. Fucking hell. I don't know. It literally was OBS freezing. Great, right? I'm such a great YouTuber. Alana, you're back. Hey. Okay, I was like do I need to post like a link in the chat or what? I wasn't sure. Everyone could find it again. Okay, so now I have much better response time. The only downside is I am gonna get audio delay. So I'm a little clunky because of any audio delay stuff. That's on just the fact that I have to use a capture card. Oh, it's my favorite song. It's the song that's gonna drive me insane by the end of this. I am gonna be singing this. It's so bad. I hate it. Okay, it's just taking a while to load. This is a Wii U game, so it's gonna take a while to load. It's doing its best. Luckily, there's not many loading screens in this at all, so don't worry if this is too long. I think I told everybody last time there's barely any loading screens in this game. It's gonna be fun. Everyone's gonna have fun. Okay, so when we last left off, God, it looks so weird on my, like, computer monitor. It looks so, like, pixely, I guess would be the word. Anyway, so when we last left off, we arrived at New LA, after our gay adventure with Elma, and we are, about to get our grand tour of New LA. I heard gunshots and some sort of dying whale from the other side of the west gate. I guess one of the teams must have been fighting with an indigene? I really hope they finally took out the aggressive indigents that have been causing problems just outside the city, because in that case, we should be able to reopen the West Gate soon. Okay. So, here we go. Cutscenes have loading screens. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Damn it! Look, I know what exhaust smells like, and it was exhaust in the cockpit. Just check the ductwork, would ya?
Oh, I'm checking. I just seriously doubt... Hey, look at that! The intake exhaust bypass is reversed. Oh man, it's a good thing I caught that.
You caught that? You're the one who cleared me to fly.
Everything okay? It's not like you to flub a flight check, Lynn. Good thing you had a rugged pilot like Doug at the controls.
Oh, hey Elma. How'd it go out there? And would this be one of the you-know-whos?
Okay, yeah, I know y'all are getting some audio delay, so let's see if this helps. Let me try something. I think I had it set to a wrong setting. So, give me 1 second. Eventually I will have this all down to a science, and then things will be a lot smoother. But again, this is my second time ever doing a stream with the OBS. So, OB output projector, here we go. I think this is what I want. Okay. Sorry. Direct sound wave out. Let's see. Why is that not working? The Wii U menu! It's how I'm troubleshooting everything. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it was like... I don't know. The Wii U had some issues, obviously, and I know it tried its best. It tried its damnedest, but it just could not do it. It just couldn't do it. Okay, let's see. Yeah, sorry, Al. Give me 1 second. I'm figuring this out. Output projector? Will that give me some audio? Y'all aren't hearing anything, are you? When I shift things around? Because you should hear something. Like if I do... No, that's not even creating sound. Yeah, so this is the sound I'm looking for. Okay. Interesting, 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 interesting. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. So now if I do this... Oh, that's got sound! That's got sound. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. Yeah! Now let me get myself some audio, because I need to be able to hear it. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I need to be able to hear it myself. So that's why I'm just like, give me a moment. What is this? Why can't I hear it? Am I not allowed to hear this? And y'all can still hear it, right? When I do this? Yeah! Which one will give me audio then? This is just weird. I mean, I guess I could just pull up the stream. Why did I... What did I do before? Okay, what did I do last time that gave me audio? Let's try this. Okay, let's see if this stays synced, because this was synced for y'all earlier. So let's see if that stays synced up for y'all. Because I can hear this. See, that loses sync. That loses synchronization for y'all. When I do this... Okay. And then create source projector. Output projector. I'm just trying to figure out how I can hear the audio, because that's so weird, is I can't hear a thing. I have an idea. I have a stupid idea. Give me 1 more second, guys. As long as I can hear it. I'll have to troubleshoot this on my free time later. But I have a little, like, solution that might be decent enough and might work long enough for me to finish this stream without more issues. Okay, give me 1 second. Nope, that's not working actually. Why is that not working now? Okay, so let me just try this then. Because if this is not going to work as planned, then let's just do this. It's too laggy. Let's try wave out. Okay, that should work. That should work. Okay. Find out what happened to the exhaust or find out how old Lynn is. Lynn, how old are you?
She's 13, and I know, she looks young, and she is young, but trust me, she's one of our top talents.
Most of the time, that is. Most of the time.
Hey, that fixed the sink on my end, too.
Anyway, you guys heading back to the barracks?
Yeah.
Thank you
Why
so
do you
much for y'all's
ask?
patience.
As long as you're here,
I
why
really
don't
appreciate
I take you
it.
on the transport? It's a great way to see the city. I'll give you the grand tour.
That sounds like a great idea.
All right, Doug, I think that'll be all for today. You can clean up here and dock the Skell.
What?
Don't mind the exhaust. I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Don't mind it? Wait, why am I cleaning up your mess in the first place? Lynn! Lynn!
Not gonna lie, Lynn is like my favorite character in this game. I love her to death. So now we can finally add some people to our party. Oh, jeez. That looks like some audio delay again. Well, let me know if it gets bad and we'll try to fiddle with it again. My color is like all washed out. Blech. Fix that. That'll work probably. So Lynn is actually gonna be, fun fact for you, this 13-year-old girl, wherever she just went, there she is, she's our tank. She's our tank.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm jumping right now, so let me know how that sounds.
Hey.
Hey, hey, hey. Okay, so we need to head this way. I am torn. So I've played this game before. And one of the things that Xenoblade does before 2 is...
Crap.
How am I supposed to handle this myself? Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and just go ahead into the Blade Barracks. There's a transport pilot down this way. Ask him and he'll take you to the administrative district. Let me know if anything goes weird with the audio, please. I don't want y'all to have a miserable experience. So, if you see here, there's something called the Affinity Chart. And if we go to Player Affinity here, we can see all the characters we've met, as well as some details about them. It's kind of really cool, but it's also a lot. So, I always try to fill it in as much as possible because you do get some bonuses for doing so. There are some nice things for doing so, some quests that come unlocked, different dialogue choices, etc. Different dialogues that you get. But it is tedious as fuck, and I have an audience, so we'll see how much of this I fill out. I know I've said before, and I mean it, I don't plan on this being a super speedy Let's Play. Ask Tobias about claiming Mirian resources.
Nice.
Miria right now is kind of like the San Francisco before the gold rush. We know there are valuable resources all around us, but most of them haven't been claimed yet. While the rest of Blade is off casually performing missions, I'm going to expand Frontier Nav and make a fortune. Do you want to get in on this action? If so, I'm going to need every last credit you got. Oh, and you'll only be a junior partner, so you have to follow orders from me. Sounds fair.
What? Damn.
Heard that goody-goody Christie is going around to Blades who ain't been clued in yet and teaching them all about Frontier Nav. Why can't she mind her own damn business, huh? What if one of those little pukes beats me to a prime Frontier Nav spot and installs a probe? And if she's such a freaking expert, why doesn't she just go get rich herself instead of shooting her mouth off about it to everyone else? I bet that made no goddamn sense to any of y'all, so let's progress the plot so this stuff makes sense.
not bad, huh? You can see everything from up here.
It beats walking, that's for sure.
The best way to see NLA. I never get tired of this view. It's like a different city every time.
It's certainly come a long way in the last few weeks. There's still so much to be done.
One day at a time.
Speaking of which, we don't really have time for a full pleasure cruise here. Why don't you give us the express tour, Lynn? Just the highlights.
Okay, you got it. New LA is divided into 4 districts. We departed from the Industrial District, where Doug and I were conducting the flight test. It has food production, skill development, you know, industries and stuff.
It's also where the West Gate is located, remember? Expect to pass through there fairly often. The only other gate out of the city is in the Administrative District, but I'm skipping ahead.
Next is the Commercial District. Restaurants, galleries, cafes, clothing, groceries, you name it. It's a veritable shopping paradise.
The CD is the closest thing to a downtown we've got. It can actually get pretty crowded sometimes.
Well, by NLA standards anyway. Day or night, the best and only bargains on the planet. To your right, the Residential District. Housing, housing, and more housing. Well, plus a nice park and the cathedral.
If you're ever looking for quiet time alone, or want to relax and unwind with a good book, that's the spot.
Right? The park is my favorite place to just zone out and chill. And last but not least, our destination, the Administrative District, the nerve center at the heart of NLA. Note the distinct dual-level structure here. The upper level holds our administrative tower, home to Blade HQ and the government. Not to mention Armory Alley as well as the barracks where we live. The lower level there is a hangar complex for Skell maintenance and repairs. And this concludes our tour. We will be landing shortly.
Thanks, Lynn. We'll save the rest of orientation for once we're back at the barracks.
Enjoy your stay in the Administrative District, and thank you for flying Lindley Airlines.
Right. Let's get you over to the barracks. Then I should file my report. They'll be eager to hear the details on how I found you, I'm sure.
Well then, we'd better not keep them waiting. The barracks are pretty close, actually. They're set up just behind the giant Blade Tower here. That road there wraps around the left side and leads right to it.
We'll pass through Armory Alley, but let's not get sidetracked, okay? We can check it out later.
I really love how y'all's biggest hang-up with this game so far is the name New LA for the city. Like, it's cracking me up. I'm like laughing while I have my mic muted during the cutscene. Y'all are ridiculous. But yes, the cathedral, very important, I guess. Stella!
Sir! Here's what I know.
We officers are aware that not all New LA citizens are on board with Director General Shawson's policies, but the more we allow our ideals to enslave us, the grimmer our situation will become. Hopefully some breakthrough opportunity will present itself eventually, and you've got that look, the look of somebody who just might be able to accomplish that. If you're ever ready to be that opportunity, let me know and I'll assign you something important.
Intel
Are you familiar with the continent comprised of nothing but wastelands, part of the east of New LA? We're receiving reports of non-naturally occurring structures in that region. We need to find some answers about who built these structures and what became of them, and do it fast. I guess I'll have to post a mission for the Pathfinders division. It is such a weird choice, I know. But yes, only Catholics live in New LA. Wahaha!
Hey. Yes.
Never hurts to get a little stronger.
So she's right, we can just pass through Armory Alley. We'll be back here eventually, and we can talk to everybody here, etc., etc. I don't want to waste anyone's more time because we spent so long debugging. But we are going to be in New LA a lot, so this is going to be our home for the whole game. Trust me, we'll be talking to people, we'll be seeing a lot of it. So if you're tired of New LA, sorry. Speaking of cathedrals, if nuns are brides of monks, gay. Oh Christ! Yes, hey, how's it going? You didn't really miss much. You missed a little tour of New LA, but we're about to get into the meat of it. Yeah. Eee. Oh, I wanted to say too, like, my mic is actually dying and I need to get a new headset. Oh fuck, I'm so sorry.
And here we are, the Blade Barracks. Consider yourself our guest until we finish getting
Hope
you
they're
registered.
okay.
Feel free to come and go as you please.
Frown and say nothing or ask about registration. Am I gonna be angsty? Let's be angsty.
Is there a problem here?
Yeah, I don't want to be in military. Christ.
So, you must be the latest rescue.
Secretary Nagi.
Ms. Ku. Chipper as always, I see.
What can I say? Pep is my middle name.
I ran into Doug Barrett on the way here, and he didn't seem quite so upbeat. Anything about today's flight I should know?
No. Nothing to worry about.
Good. Be sure it stays that way. More importantly, Elma, you found another one. Excellent work out there.
Just doing my job, Mr. Secretary.
Now, as for officially registering our new citizen here...
Why don't we talk inside? There's a lot of ground to cover. It could take some time.
Ah yes, of course. Forgive me. You must be weary from the stasis and your journey back to us. Please, after you.
I'll put on some tea.
It's okay, energized by how, like, Elma definitely flirted with me earlier. Dalinar, yes! Maybe a little bit, actually. We'll find out more about him later. Awkward silence.
Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Kentaro Nagi. You may remember me as Captain of the White Whale, but now I serve as Secretary of Defense here for New LA. The provisional government has charged me with keeping the peace, so all military and police matters fall under my jurisdiction.
He's also my superior officer. And he'd be an excellent person to talk to when you're ready to start looking for work.
What about a job right here with Blade? She seems capable.
Let's give it a little more time. At least until she knows enough to be able to make an informed decision. She seems to be suffering from some form of memory loss.
Memory loss? From the stasis?
She could barely remember her name, and nothing at all about what happened to Earth or the White Whale.
I see. Though, come to think of it, the entire lot of us have only been on this planet for what, 2 months? It shouldn't take very long to get caught up.
My thoughts exactly.
Well then, where should we begin?
Where should we begin? Because I'm sure we have a lot of questions. Let's start with, how did we end up on Mira?
It started at the end, 2 years ago. The end of Earth. The casualty of a battle between two hyper-advanced alien civilizations. Their technology and weapons were beyond our comprehension. We were like infants, naked, powerless. The Earth was reduced to ash and blown away.
I still wonder if I hadn't been there. If maybe all of this could have somehow been avoided.
No one can know that, Elma. What we do know is without you, there'd have been no Project Exodus, and no escape for any of us. Did it go perfectly? No. But we are here, and we are alive. We survived. So yes, Project Exodus. Once we learned the Earth might be threatened, we needed a plan to preserve all her various life forms. That plan was the Earth-Life Colonization Project, otherwise known as Project Exodus.
Those of us who escaped on the White Whale spent over 2 years wandering in space. 2 hard years. But we clung to our mission, find a habitable planet and settle there. We had no idea how long it would take. Or that the decision would eventually be made for us.
The xenoforms found us again, and, well, it wasn't a happy reunion. Earth wasn't enough. They wanted humanity destroyed. For better and for worse, we were close to planet Mira when we lost control of the White Whale.
This is great if you
Inertia
missed the
and
first
gravity
stream.
took it from there.
The ship had taken way too much damage to survive entering the atmosphere intact. We had no choice. We channeled all the power we had left to soft land the habitat. Once the dust cleared, we set to work transforming it into its current state. Searching for survivors, establishing Blade, installing the provisional government. Basically, making it a sustainable city.
Hey, I'm just glad you made it. And I'm glad she's doing okay-ish. So let's get some more questions about Blade, because we were hearing a lot about them, and, ooh, that seems like an audio delay. Let me know.
Blade is an acronym. Builders of a legacy after the destruction of Earth. Quite fitting, I think. It's a relatively new organization. Up there in space, we had plenty of provisions, and a crew trained to handle the limited amount of situations we might encounter in our travels. But of course, all that changed after we lost most of our ship and came crashing down here on Mira. We needed food, water, search and rescue teams, surveyors, police. The list
we need
goes
police,
on and
though?
on. It was too much for the provisional government to manage on its own, so Blade was born. The idea was to have one central organization with different disciplines to fill these various roles. Its core was pulled from the Coalition military, so it's mostly former soldiers. But fighting isn't our most important duty. Right now we have a single top priority that supersedes all others. The search for and recovery of the Lifehold.
Take a look at this. The White Whale was designed to carry an exceedingly large number of passengers, all of them held in stasis. All housed in a structure called the Lifehold. This is a complete schematic of that facility. Only essential personnel were conscious and active for the journey from Earth. The flight crew, maintenance engineers. And of course, some military so we could defend ourselves if necessary. But the vast majority were in the Lifehold. Are in the Lifehold. With any luck, they're all still there, in stasis, waiting to be
Space
rescued.
vampires. Yeah, Blade is definitely one of those anagrams they
Here's the
forced.
problem. We now know the Lifehold broke apart along with the rest of the ship when we came down on Mira. What we don't know is exactly where all the pieces landed. Not very comforting, I know. Blade's top priority now is locating the missing units.
Okay, last question. Where do we sign up, I guess?
Yes. All citizens of NLA are
Okay.
required to register their
Just
name,
general
age,
registration.
and occupation.
Citizenship
We
documents.
also ask you report any personal assets and take a short survey regarding your current state of health. All purely as a precaution. I'm sure you understand. As the caretakers of humanity's survival, we all have certain responsibilities.
And hey, it's not all bad. Registering gets you...
In any case, I'm sure this is all a lot to digest. You'll be wanting some time. Ms. Ku, even I'm tired of hearing myself speak. Why don't you take our guest out for some air? Perhaps a tour of the administrative district.
Yes, sir. Come on, we'll keep this briefing brief.
Okay. So this is definitely an easier stream for me, because it's just cutscenes galore here. But this is the Blade Barracks. We'll be here a good bit too, not as much, but we can actually do a lot here as the story progresses. It's actually kind of neat. Without returning your blow stabs on you. Okay, let's get the heck out of here. This is the one loading screen I was talking about, except for the cutscene ones. Going in and out of the barracks is the only cutscene when you're exploring the world. It's the only one! I promise you. It's honestly kind of amazing for the Wii U. Yes, I've caught the gay for this lady who found me in the wilderness. I mean, I don't detect a lie here. I don't.
You know, it's not every day we're authorized to let a civilian tour the administrative district.
Yeah, Nagi must really, really want her to join Blade.
The AD is a bit different from the other districts. It's got everything a Blade would need, all in one place, without any extra fluff.
Get a load of that Skell. Even the way that they walk is so cool. Oh yeah, work it, baby.
So what exactly is a Skell? I know what a Skell is. Y'all don't. Well, I guess y'all can figure it out from context clues here.
You don't remember what a Skell is? That gorgeous exoskeleton that just went by? Basically like the most incredible, awesomest super weapons ever? Lasers, force fields, bipedal and vehicular transformations. Sorry, I get so excited whenever I think about it.
Originally, Skells were developed as a defensive measure to counter potential alien threats. It wasn't enough to save Earth. We were outnumbered and outgunned. Still, just look around you. New LA has gone from basically nothing to this in just 2 short months. We could never have come so far, so fast, without Skell technology. I'd love to get you into one to see for yourself, but it's not that simple.
Well, yeah, duh. For one thing, only Blades are allowed to pilot Skells. And even then, you need a license.
These aren't toys we're talking about. They're complex machines with powerful weapons. And they're a precious resource. We only have so many of them to go around. So yes, as you might imagine,
Don't worry,
the
we'll have our
certification
chance.
process is a fairly rigorous one.
I'm sure you're thinking, where do I sign up for the test? But it's not that simple. They choose you, not the other way around. You can't just walk in the front door and volunteer.
There is some criteria. The details are largely hidden, but basically, HQ only allows the cream of the crop to take the test. Blades who go above and beyond in their duties, and for the people of New LA in general.
Considering I'm the protagonist of the
So what do you
story,
say?
I'm
If you become a
pretty
blade
sure
and
I
work
will fit
hard,
that bill.
I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before they tap you on the shoulder.
Speaking of work, that reminds me. Why don't we check out the mission control board first? That's where we take on our assignments.
She would if she could.
Good call. Let's head on over.
So, fun fact, if you've seen Lynn's little hair clips, they are actually Monados from Xenoblade 1. It's one of the few little Easter eggs you'll find in this game to connect with Xenoblade in general, because like I think I've explained in the original video, the first video, this is not supposed to be a Xenoblade game, but in the process of making it, there's a few things that kind of slip in. Not anything like Xenoblade 2 connects to 1, but you know, you get some references.
So this is mission control. We don't have a dispatch system yet, so Blades usually choose their own assignments. Everyone comes here and selects from the missions available on the board.
And it's not just official Blade tasks. Anyone with a request is free to post here. Businesses, citizens, whoever.
Yeah, it's basically how anything gets done in New LA, so the board is constantly updating.
Quite the efficient
Just about
system.
every Blade will stop by here at some point in their shift.
It's like our second home. You'll always find a number of Blades around here, blowing off steam or browsing mission control for their next assignment.
Basically,
Whenever I get
yes,
freed up,
exactly.
I'll stop here first thing to check for any missions I might be suited for.
Likewise.
Lynn, you're
And
13.
if the
I can't
assignment
imagine
seems
you're
too
suited
tough
for
to
many.
handle solo, that's what the scout console is for. We should show you that
And
next.
again, you're the freaking tank.
Hey, who's giving this tour anyway? We also have the scout console, if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo.
Okay, I'm not gonna use the scout console. Don't worry about that.
Alma just said that, didn't she?
It's
Hey.
going. I think last time I said I was about to beat it, and I died when I got back to it, and I got back to every time I use the shield, I keep getting to Hades, almost consistently. The problem is, last time I did a run, I got to Hades and got him down to like a fourth of his health in the second stage, and I'm kind of still pissed about it, and so I haven't picked it up since then. It kind of made me a little depressed. I'm like, oh, I almost did it.
Yes?
This is mission control. As a Blade, you can... Oh, I see you haven't registered as a Blade, Allison. Well, if you do register and join a division, you'll be able to accept missions right here. I understand that you haven't yet decided what role you wish to play here in New LA, and that's fine. But I believe you will make a splendid Blade. Trust me, I've seen off countless Blades standing right here. I know talent when I see it. Let's see what else she has
Yes?
to say. My name is Eleonora, and I serve as Blade's receptionist. Most missions are managed through the terminal, but if you need to make a special report, please speak to me. Additionally, if you have any questions about your assignment, feel free to ask me anything. If there's anything that I can do to help, I hope you'll let me be of service. Now go do your best, Allison. I expect great things from you. Put down my occupation as protagonist. Hero! Savior of the world. Okay, well, what am I doing now? Here we go.
Ta-da! The Blade Scout Console. When the going gets tough, the tough go
I'm not
to
doing the Scout console.
You know, to
I'll explain
get
later.
tougher.
If you do end up joining us,
I know, I'm so
quickly
close, but it's so
realize just how
frustrating.
important this little
Because
kiosk
those runs
is.
take so long.
A lot of the mission control assignments are too much for any one Blade to handle. They tend to call for multiple members with specialized knowledge or unique skills. This console lets you search for and recruit other Blades to fill those roles for just such an occasion.
You can't spell Blade without team. Sorta. Anyway, awesome, right? So, you ready to join up?
Hang on, Lynn. Take it easy, would you?
What? I'm just saying you'd have to be some kind of an idiot not to want to join Blade. Or maybe a crazy person.
Oh, and here I thought you might be pressuring our guest.
Apology accepted. Now, how about a little shopping? And I'm not talking about the stuff over in the commercial district. I'm talking about Armory Alley.
So, yeah, I mean, and sometimes, like, the biggest issue I have is, I didn't pass English class. The problem I'm kind of having with it is, like, the second form is those lasers that shoot out. There's, like, no time to dodge them sometimes. They just hit you in the face. And so, like, I lose a lot of health through that. So, it's kind of annoying.
So this street's what we call Armory Alley.
All the
Blades
music in
can
that game is great.
requisition equipment from any of the vendors here.
Sorry, it's a very tutorial-heavy section of the game. I'm hoping to get through most of it today.
Having the
Blah,
latest
blah, blah, blah,
gear
blah.
isn't about impressing your friends. It's a matter of survival.
True enough. And that goes not only for your personal armor and weapons, what we call ground gear, but for skell equipment as well.
You can even buy whole skells. Can you imagine owning your own skell?
I can.
Huh? Oh, right, the torque.
I'm like trying to decide
think
how
all
much I
that's
should
left
talk
is the
about the
heart of Blade
skills,
itself.
because I have so much to
Blade
say
Tower.
about them. But they're honestly such a hilarious concept, but you get them so late in the game. So, we're gonna be having a long wait until we can play around with skills.
Working hard? I can tell you.
If you join Blade, you'll be able to use the shop terminal in Armory Alley to buy armaments from the city's various arms manufacturers. And once you acquire a skill license, you'll be able to buy skills from there as well. When that happy day comes, I hope you'll consider buying one of the high-quality skills from my company, Sakuraba Industries.
Working hard? Thank you.
The arms manufacturers have been asked to prioritize new weapon development, but that sort of work requires resources and money, and there aren't any large investors in New LA, so we have to seek capital, Moranium from individual blades. The amount of investment provided by each is small, but manage enough small streams and you end up with a mighty river. At least that's what we're counting on. If you join Blade, I hope you'll consider investing in your preferred arms manufacturer. I hate that there's capitalism here, because if you think about it, like, why? Why would there be investors? What? Why does that make sense? That doesn't make sense. I don't get it.
Really?
Listen.
It's like he's
So
on
yeah,
commission.
Blade Tower. When you come here, it's usually to stop by Blade HQ. The higher-ups, like Secretary Nagi and Commander Vandam, will spend most of their day here. The government leaders, too. They're based in the tower. Guys like our new Director General Maurice Chassan, for example.
I've played enough Dwarf Fortress to know that a controlled
Blade
economy in
sometimes
this
reports
situation
the
would actually
leadership
work well.
here
I'm
after
kidding.
finishing the assignments. You'll want to remember this place.
And that about does it for our tour. So, what do you think? Pretty amazing setup, right? You can't wait to join Blade, right?
Okay, Lynn, seriously, that's enough. We're not here to make a sales pitch.
What if I
We
don't want to
just
join
want
the
you to have all
military?
facts so you can make an informed decision to join us, or not. Now that you've seen where and how we work, hopefully it made a good impression, but your decision will be just that, your decision. In any case, let's head back to the barracks. Secretary Nagi will be waiting.
It'd be really funny if the game just, like, you could say no and then the credits roll. Like, that's it. That's the end of the game. Okay, so let's head back. Are y'all noticing some audio crust, or is that just me? Because I get some, like, audio crust occasionally. It's kind of weird. And it's definitely something I might have to fix if y'all are noticing it by next stream of this game. That would be so cute. I would love that so much. Where am I going? Oh yeah, the barracks. And we're the freaking goldfish. Every RPG just pretends you have a choice and you don't, but we'll see how this goes. Yeah, okay. We'll figure that out later. Sorry. I figured y'all were getting that too. When...
Very amusing.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long. I just wanted to pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandam? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
Correct. He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
You probably can. He wants to fast-track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment.
What in the hell are we
Well,
waiting
that's
for?
good. I know you've been having some
As
health
he
issues.
The commander does have a way with words.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem. And to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Of course, and I would never force or coerce anyone. Well, friend, what do you say? Can we count on you to do your part?
Let's just see what happens. Let's see. Nope.
Ms. Ku, how much do you know about life pods?
Life pods? You mean like from the white whale?
Yes, those life pods. Like the one Elma, a blade,
Use
rescued our friend.
pressure.
Emphasis on the word rescued. Because if you aren't released, you just sit there frozen in stasis. Forever.
So did you have an engineering question about life pods? Or is this all part of the game?
I love you, Lynn. I love
I'm
you.
sure I have no idea what you're talking about. Now, what'll it be, friend?
Sorry, your guild ship didn't work. Does it just say the same thing?
Now, you wouldn't want to refuse the people who saved your life, would you, friend?
The way he just zooms in
You
on his
said no,
face.
you wouldn't refuse. That's a yes, right?
Oh, God. No, it's not a yes.
You said no. You
Okay,
wouldn't
yeah, let's just go loop
refuse.
here.
That's a yes, right?
Sorry. Oh, fine.
I
Just
knew you'd
like
make the right
coerce this
choice.
woman.
Welcome to the organization. Elma, she can start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Truly, we're a reluctant
Yes,
protagonist.
Secretary. With pleasure.
All right. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
Now then, let's discuss that training assignment. We've decided to start you out on a program.
I know, that would be so funny. Like, you get money and stuff for each time you refuse.
Here in New LA, we're using a specialized computer system called Frontier Nav to help us deploy a sensor grid across Mira. A network of data probes that allows us to monitor conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Really? First one of your, I
Expanding
guess.
that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this.
God.
What you're seeing on screen is a terrain map that includes New LA and the surrounding landmass. As you can see, we've divided the area into a series of hexagonal blocks. We call these blocks segments. Together, they form our grid. We determined this was the most efficient pattern given the limited range of our probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install them.
The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. The Frontier Nav probes can also detect the general locations of living things in the vicinity, which comes in handy if we need to track down a blade or another citizen.
Yes, quite handy indeed. So for this first exercise, we're going here to that flight
100%
center.
rubbish.
Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Got it. East of the city.
In that case, we can take the east gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Emma.
Of course, Mr. Secretary. All right, you two, shall we?
Yeah, training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe.
Okay, we have our first mission. So that's what they were talking about earlier about probes and all that. Kimakatan. So y'all cannot see it, but I finally have a mini-map on my Wii U controller. I really wish I could show y'all, but I cannot. So let's go ahead and... Geez, that audio crust is getting worse and worse. I don't know what that's about. I still have the same, like, Splatoon faceplate for this thing, too. Like, from when I first got my Wii U. It's so worn down, like, the paint is actually, like, fading.
Man, am I glad we pulled an assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the west gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the east gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigent activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh?
Sorry about that. Okay. Ah, 1 second. Yeah, it was all strategic. I knew if I refused enough times, then that would, like, clear the gate. And, like, if I said yes immediately, we'd have to walk all the way to Westgate, and I'm actually a pro at this game, trust me. Not... Suggest it was you and Elma, or speculate. Let's speculate, because I'm not a proud person.
Didn't surprise me at all. Irina's team is one of our best.
Still going up.
Oh my
How
god.
does she know Irina and
I
Glenn?
just signed up. I can't even buy anything.
We
for
ran
it
into
for
them
it.
just before we met up with
Jeez.
you. They were on their way out to an assignment.
Well, then that settles it. It must have been them, right? Man, forget this amateur hour probe baloney. Those guys are where the action's at.
I'll try not to take that
True.
personally.
Sorry, that's my fiance.
But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the east gate, shall we?
No, indigents are just the animals. It's not a sentient species. Don't worry about it. It's just the wild animals. It's just the name they use for the alien animals.
You're an alien animals.
Devin, stop. This is Eleanor, Blade support, blah blah blah. That's just tutorial stuff. Okay, I will.
Hey,
Devin, one of the viewers says hi. He says hi back. Okay. So this is the eastern gate. Makes life a lot easier, I would say. Yeah, no, thankfully, like, this doesn't have the same issue as some JRPGs, even other Xenoblade games, where there's, like, a sentient tribal race, quote-unquote, that's treated like just trash. And I hate that trope. I hate it so goddamn much. It makes me uncomfortable. Where'd your gun go?
Hey. Yes?
Why not get used to battling indigents by fighting some Ovies? This place is lousy with them after all. Unlike Grexes and others, more ferocious indigents, Ovies won't attack unless you hit them first. That makes them useful as training dummies. Another piece of advice, don't mistakenly pick a fight with anything more dangerous. Any of the more dangerous creatures need Sayrim Lake to the north. The more skilled interceptors have fallen to indigents in that area. As noble a goal as protecting the city is, it's not worth risking your life like that. If you ever catch the eye of one of those indigents, just turn and run away.
Hey.
Apparently Nelson's team has gone missing. They had planned to install another number of data probes, and then they came straight back to the city. What could have happened to them? I don't know what sort of foe they ran into, but let this be a lesson. You have to be careful when you're exploring. Okay. So now we can finally kind of explore. Look at this. Ah! It's so cool. I love this game so much. The giant moon and everything. So right out of the bat, we're greeted with a very pretty sight, to be honest, with this rock arch. So we could probably kill this if we tried. I don't know if I want to try. This is that Ovis he was talking about. Let's see if we can kill it. See? I did the quick time event that time. Haha! How do we switch weapons again? There we go. So yeah, we can kill things. We can kill the wild animals as much as we want. So be some real bastards, but it's fine. Quote unquote fine. But in Xenoblade fashion, there are some enemies around that will just kill us. Even in starting areas. So you do have to be careful, because you can die. See, another thing that, like, I wish I could have emulated this for is because there's a mod that picks up those triangle things from a farther distance. It would make life so much easier. You're gonna have to pick up a lot of those as the game progresses. The fuck was that? Pretty colors combat. Little mocha fellas.
What the hell happened here? You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius? Unless... what?
This is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Sinicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Sinicula.
Think about it. Your typical simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Sinicula, right? Usually we find one simius standing over 3 or 4 Sinicula corpses. But here the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Sinicula is a tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Sinicula tyrant sighted not too long ago. But it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid.
So do we suggest we attack or we ask what it is? Let's ask.
The tyrant designation is given to creatures that pose a special threat in an area. That doesn't always mean raw strength. Some tyrants will actually register as low rank when you find them out in the field and engage them in combat.
But don't let that fool you. If a creature shows up as a tyrant, you can be sure it's got at least one nasty trait or ability to speak of. The system can't account for everything, though, so don't let your guard down, no matter what rank it assigns. Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all. As long as you understand the risks involved. Lynn?
Count me in. The same goes for everyone in New LA, but if we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. Besides, if I need to, I can always run away while it's busy chewing on one of you guys.
I love you, Lynn.
Fair enough. But don't push it, okay? Either of you. If we can take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This will be tougher than anything else we've faced.
Well, this game's got some interesting words for that. Okay, so I know what it's saying. I'm not gonna read the whole tutorials because that's more for me than you. Let me make sure though they are correct. We should probably check our skills and stuff. I don't think I have any skills to choose from here, but she does. No, I don't think I can learn anything from this yet. What about Lynn? No, okay. Wait. Give me 1 second. We're figuring this out. Okay. I have to learn those first, that's right. And then classes. Can't really do anything there. And then arts. That's what I needed. So here we can kind of upgrade some skills. Where does it say how much it costs? Smash 2077 crossover DLC. So yeah, give me a second. How do I upgrade? I forget. Okay, here we go. So we can like do Slit Edge or I think Flame Grenade, I want to upgrade that. Which one is Topple? This one. And we'll actually upgrade that twice because Topple is always nice, and we'll do this Chrome Armor. And because we still have some points to spare, actually, oops, fuck that up. We'll do Slit Edge as well. Okay, for Elma, let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out, doesn't she have something that does break? Nah, we'll do this. We'll do this. Oops. And we'll do Storm Edge. And do Storm Edge again? Nope, can't afford it. So we'll do this. Can't afford that either. Just upgrade everything to level 4. There we go. Then now, Wild Down, Thermal Damage. We'll do this. We'll do this. And that again. Okay. So with those skills leveled up, and let's save the game. We shouldn't have any issues though, because you know, it's a starter enemy, but Titans can actually be very scary. Usually if they're this big, you want to fight them with a skill. Like, that's just where it's at.
How is this even remotely fair?
It's not. That's the point. Okay, so one interesting thing about this is we can target different individual body parts. How do I lock on? I forget. What is going on? Why did that happen? Okay. There's a way to lock on, I just can't remember it right now. Ouchie. There we go. So that locks onto his leg, and we can now focus exclusively on his foot, and we can actually destroy the foot. Doing my best. Shit. Let's give it a second, see if our friends can kill it. He's definitely difficult for the start of the game, especially because I didn't really run around and do any grinding. But I think Elma and Lynn can do it. As long as they can do it in 10 seconds. Come on, y'all. Come on. There is usually a way to respawn. There we go. He's dead. There we go.
Nice work, Lynn. You fought well. You did too. Now let's get down to business and
I mean, I
install
died,
that
but
data
thanks.
probe. If we stay here for long, there's no telling what other playmates might show up. This beam of light indicates a frontier nav site. It marks the ideal spot to bury the probe.
Anime OP level music is literally the description for like all of the music in this game.
Okay, the probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot
That's
it
what
up.
she said.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try.
Nope, I want to launch it.
Good. Now we just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
And installation complete. We are now
I think the
online
beacon has
a
to do more
solid
with the
connection to
navigation
Frontier
system.
Excellent. See? At the end of the day, there's really not much to it.
Like,
The
we have
hardest part
a
is
grid system, and I
calculating
think
the
the beacon's
ideal
just
probe
showing
location.
us.
We
Did
need
it say
them spread out
specifically someone
evenly
came
to
out and put it
maximize
there? I
data
didn't listen.
collection.
To that.
Yep. Planting probes is easy. And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
That'll do it for your training.
Except there
Let's head
is,
back
but
to
we'll
the
get back to
barracks
that
and report
later.
to Secretary Nagi.
Get a little stronger.
That's true on any planet.
The tried and true thing of Xenoblade games where everybody starts screaming at you. I'm Lau, a Pathfinder. If we're gonna go Frontier Nav, we need to install more data probes. To plant one, simply blah 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 blah. Don't forget to level it up, blah 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 blah. Okay. So that's fine. So y'all can't see what I'm doing, but down here, I can't do this now, I don't think. Yeah, later you get that ability. But you can kind of like change up your probes. And what they do later, through the map on my controller here, it's actually pretty neat and it works really well. I just can't do it right now because I don't think the game allows me to. But you can have them do different things, like collect more resources or be like, or collect research, etc., etc. And this guy's gonna fucking get mad at me, but I want this. Bye. So let me see something here. I keep pressing wrong buttons. Intel, do I have the Collectopedia unlocked? No, I don't. Okay, let's go back home. Let's go back home, do the last few cutscenes, and I think I'll call it for a night. Again, like, the music in this game can rock, but I'm never sure if it's, like, great exploration music. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. There is actually a fast travel system later, so we don't really need to do this as much. But for now, we have to run, because there's no travel icon yet. Or is there?
Great.
See? If I ever stop playing, and I'm looking down at my screen here. Let's see. Administrative district. Can I fast travel? Nope, not yet. Exactly. Like, that's... Like, I played this game after playing Breath of the Wild, and I remember how, like, wonderful Breath of the Wild's, like, ambient soundtrack was. And I'm like, God! Like, why can't this game do that? I can't even lower the volume and put something else on. It was like, it gave me headaches sometimes, if I'm honest. I love this game to death, but the soundtrack is something I have a lot of love-hate with. For sure. Left it at work, so I'm thinking this weekend I'll just... Hey, yeah, if you do, let me know! Join Crystal, and we can hang out. I've been playing more and more of it. I might play some more tonight, we'll see. I have to finish a book I'm reading.
Commander Vandam!
Vandam!
Well, now, look what the cat dragged in.
He's a friend.
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant, way out of your league. On a training mission, no less.
Yes, because I'm amazing.
That was reckless. And goddamn magnificent.
Kind of, yeah. Kind of he is.
So,
Yeah.
Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Because he's actually a reoccurring character in the
Hey,
Final Fantasy
I
series,
delivered you the
Xenoblade
new
series.
recruit.
There's always a character named Vandam in the
Yeah,
Xeno franchise.
You won the bet. Don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Huh. Look at you two. I swear, you're like two children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked her to become a blade, little Miss Stick in the rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
Commander Vandam is Blade's top officer.
In a past life, I was chief engineer on the White Whale. Same idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow? Huh. Not much for conversation, are you?
I'm a silent protagonist, of course I
So you
don't.
still haven't told us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
You don't think?
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
Ha! Sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment.
Let's get more info about divisions.
Pretty much everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right? There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade. Officially, they're called divisions.
Fuck Gryffindor. Fuck Hogwarts houses. Let's choose
Naturally,
Blade
you'll want to
divisions.
choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
Colgren and Michael Rooker.
Let's start with the Pathfinders. Pathfinder's #1 responsibility is planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important. We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
We've already detailed how important it is we expand the Frontier Nav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights. It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city safe. And most important of all, It's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold and recovering the rest of the human race.
I'm gonna be right back. Enjoy the cutscene.
Okay, next up, Interceptors. You met Akeloff and Evans, right? Irina and Gwen? This is their division. Interceptors have one main duty. Protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on Mira. Right now, this is probably our busiest division. Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads, they escort VIPs around, and they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
Next are the Harriers. Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense. They specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigen that moves.
Okay, I'm back.
And you got to reclaim them.
Nope, I'm back. I can block any of y'all.
These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the White Whale. Among other things, that
Let me
is.
know if I can.
Including anything of ours left behind after a battle.
I think so.
Skell debris, weapons, personal effects.
I can make some of y'all
It can
moderators.
Get a bit morbid, but it's gotta be done. Until we're up and running here on Mira, and have this place completely figured out. Everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable. Also, the search for the Lifehold. That's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Next, Curators.
That's my favorite. I love the Curators.
Curators are the first to scout ahead to unexplored territory.
I always choose the Curators.
Bringing back whatever samples they can get their hands on. Fruits, bugs, sticks and stones, you name it. It's not all picking berries, though. Being a curator also means being the first to encounter unknown indigens.
Next? All right, Prospectors. Prospectors do, well, prospecting. They poke around, looking for minerals, resources, and whatnot. Things we need for everyday life here.
Zip ties.
We packed all the essentials we could on the White Whale, but that won't last forever. We need to be able to replenish our water and fuel if we want to survive. And sooner or later, we're gonna have to figure out how to replace things from scratch. From the socket on a Skell's knee joint, right down to the frying pan in Lynn's kitchen. Without these guys busting their butts, we'd have no future to speak of.
Next up, Outfitters. All of our ground gear and Skell weaponry is developed in conjunction with private arms manufacturers, or AMs. Outfitters are Blade's way of supporting these AMs. They'll seek out anything that might inspire new weapon ideas, and even assist with testing new prototypes.
Finally, the Mediators. These are the folks who keep everything hunky-dory with John and Joan Q public. Any problems a civvy has, they come to Mediators.
That's all this is,
Fight with
just
your neighbor?
logistics.
Mediators. Lost cat? Mediators. It's not a division for everyone. You need to be a jack of all trades and
Dispensables.
a people person.
Huey Wool series.
Someone with my charming personality?
I never heard of that.
Probably not the best mediator. But if you got what it takes, it's a clutch role, keeping things cool on the home front.
All right, so I think that's all 8 divisions. Any idea which one you'd like to join? Don't fret about it too much. Whichever you choose, you still have a lot of freedom in how you operate. Mediators can still get out there and mix it up, hunt indigens, whatever. And if a Harrier wants to take a break and settle an argument, that's their prerogative too. To be honest, even though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like. So there's really no reason to stress about this. All right, you ready to choose?
Okay, so, this is basically...
Yeah, and we're on pins and needles here.
So the choice basically comes down to, do not explain again. basically you get different points for different things, based on your activity exploring the world of Mira. For example, Curators get division points from defeating tyrants and obtaining collectibles. And you get some support effects and stuff as well. I'm not sure how relevant those are. It just depends on what you think you'll be doing most of. I never really go Pathfinder because planting data probes seems very limited. There's only so many probes you can plant in the game after all. This is pretty good. Interceptors, defeating tyrants, defeating air enemies. Reclaimers is one I've considered doing before, and I might do it. I like doing Curators. Prospectors is also fun. Good, nice. Not gonna do Outfitters, and I'm not gonna do Mediators. So, what do y'all think between these three? I could do some of these too, but do y'all really want a lot of my points to be based around killing enemies? Me, the biggest spaz at video games possible? So, let me know what y'all think. Because I'm thinking going Curators, okay? Because I freaking love it. And plus, it's the only one you get points for retaining collectibles. And the collectibles are so huge. You get them everywhere, and really, there's no limit to them. So I always go this one. So what do y'all think? While I take a sip of... What time is it? Ooh, shoot, that's late. Yeah, you can switch. I don't know how far behind y'all are, actually. Curators. Okay, we got one vote for Curators. What's next? I like Curators. It's so, like, I like the concept of him. Nice single Curators. Okay, we'll go Curators. We'll go Curators. I've done Curators every time. I feel a little bad for it, but I like the whole concept of exploring nature and stuff. Yes, I'm good.
All right.
Yes.
Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a Blade.
Congrats, and welcome.
I know you're gonna do great.
Now for the job. Let's get down to brass tacks. Nelson's team has gone missing. Last contact we had, they were installing a data probe out in eastern Primordia. Then, nothing.
Nelson. Pathfinders, right?
Are we talking indigents here or what?
Your guess is as good as mine, but they did have a skell with them. You'd think they could hold their own, or at least run away.
Alright, we're on it. We'll head to their last known location and go from there.
Report whatever you find ASAP.
Of course. Let's move out.
Roger that.
Okay, so I think we're gonna call it there. We're on chapter 3, it's a good stopping point, and we're gonna pick it up tomorrow to find, shut up, I'm gonna explain that when I come to it. Thanks, that's fast travel, I talked about it. Yep, thanks. Air hockey? Yeah, so I think I'm gonna, yeah. I keep playing games I've played before, and so, like, it's gonna be weird when I play a game I haven't played before, and it's gonna be completely blind. I'm gonna mess up so much. Anyway, next time we're gonna find that squad that went missing. We're gonna have to re-outfit ourselves, and maybe we'll run around and fuck around a bit. We'll see. This was a lot of tutorials. Sorry it was a boring one, but we had to get it out of the way eventually. It gets better from here, trust me. It just had a lot to explain. A lot of exposition bump at the start. Blech. But I hope everyone has a great night. I know I shall. I'm gonna curl up with a book, and I'm gonna relax. And maybe play some Xenoblade 2 later. We'll see. Let me double check my save here. Okay. Because I'm paranoid. Okay. So y'all have a great night. I will see you all later, and thank y'all so much for coming. Bye!